Welcome back, guys. Welcome to my YouTube channel Techie Amrit. So on the request of my users, I created a video on data bindings. So in Angular 9 we have different kinds of binding depending upon the behavior. So how we interact with the UI and the component. There are two types of binding. One is one-way binding, another is two-way binding. So we will see in our slides how it works with the demo portion. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe and share so that I keep creating new videos for you. So guys, what is data binding? Basically it is just a technique to link your data to your view layer, or you can say it's a communication between your TypeScript code in your component with the HTML code, or the template that you see in your browser, right? So as I have said you that there are two types of binding, one way and two way. So as the name suggests, one way in one direction. So whenever we do any change in the HTML, then it make one way binding is simple one way communication where HTML template is changed when we make changes in the TypeScript code. So once we do any change in the TypeScript code, the HTML behavior is changed. So in two way, it's like a both way. If we do any change in the TypeScript, then the UI will be updated. If UI changes, then the back and forth action will be immediately will be seen. So there are four kinds of bindings we have available depending upon the one way and two way binding behavior. String interpolation, that is a one way binding. Property binding is a one way binding. Event binding is a one way binding. So let's see string interpolation. It's a one way binding technique in which used to output the data from TypeScript to HTML. It uses the template expression curly braces to display the data from component to view. I can show you, like, I simply created a property title with any text, then I just use the title here, like the h2 title, this just to print this property. And when I run the browser, I see welcome to my YouTube channel Techie Amrit, right? So if I do any select example, if I change any Techie Amrit, subscribe me, right? So see, so this is string interpolation. You have done the changes in the component part, and you will see the output on the browser, right? So coming back to the property binding, when we change the component data, Angular update DOM immediately, right? But any change in the DOM will not be reflected back in the component. So how it happens, let me show you. So these are the, again I'm taking, these are the my two properties, right? In image, this, for property binding we use this care braces with the property, and I use with the source. So I have just given the height and the width of the image. So when we see in the browser, you will see this image like this, right? Or if you can see any style like background color, just to show you, see. Alright, so this is property binding. Now what is event binding? When the DOM event happens, like any click, change, key up, call, so it calls the specified method in the component. Like we use these click event like this. We show you. So this is simply a button click event I have used. For event binding, I have written the method name click me in my component, where I'm just writing the console.log.hi. So when I open the browser, I will press F12, clear the console. When I click, see, this hi is printed. So this is how the event binding works. Now here comes the two-way binding. It is a combination of property binding and event binding. Changes is reflected in both the components. Whenever you make changes in the model, it will be reflected in the view, and when you make changes in the view, it will be reflected in the model. So it's a two-way binding. Either side you do the change, you will see the changes. So this is the syntax, like you would use the scale braces, then we use the property binding, then we at the outside we use property, then we have a event binding, then we use a property of your component. I will show you, like this is my input ng model title. I'm using this title here also, right? So this is my property binding, this is my event binding, so it's a combination of both. When you do any change in the, now as you can see, what is the title here? Tech Camera subscribe me. You can see here, if I delete this, you will see immediately it will be cleared upward, right? Whatever you write, it will be reflected back to the component. So this is how the property binding or your event binding combination helps two-way binding to be achieved, right? So guys, this is it, how we achieve Angular bindings, different way of bindings in the Angular line. Hope you like this video, so keep watching this video, my more videos. Thank you, bye.